and we'll just.
Oh, yeah! Oh! Yeah! Forget Disneyland. Just build yourself a truck.
Save money in the long run.
Yes. Hello friends, Kevin here, and boy do I have a treat for y'all today. I'm here in Gilbert, Arizona to meet up with my buddy Jason Bowman of Big Garage as he recently finished this insane GMC. But not only is it a complete showstopper, but it's also a beast on the asphalt. Alright, so Jason, I know you're about performance in these trucks. We did a video on LS swaps that you guys can click in the link below and all of that stuff. But you got something special under the hood of this truck, right?
It does. So this truck actually has a GM crate motor, 454 LSX that we bought from GM, of course. We went ahead and pulled it apart because we were going to put a blower on it. So it's got JE pistons, Callie's cranks, Callie's rods. It's got a Magnuson TVS 2650. It makes around 8 and change to the rear tire. So it makes plenty of power to get this truck down the road, and it's a good time.
So another thing I wanted to ask you, you've got some boost on this thing. It's got a lot of power. You said 800 horse to the rear wheels and all that stuff. But what kind of transmission? Because that's kind of a big thing. When you get all that power, you've got to be able to translate it to all the way to the back, to the rear tires, all that stuff. And a lot of times, if you have just a plain 4L60, that's going to blow up on you. So what do you got in this thing?
Yeah, so this truck actually has a Gearstar 4L80. Definitely built to handle this kind of power level. It does have a Circle D billet face triple disc converter. The shift points are crisp. This transmission's money.
But you have a new chassis in this thing to hold the power and all that stuff?
It sure does. So it has a GSI coilover chassis. This is actually the only GSI coilover chassis that is outboard 4-link in the rear because I wanted this more performance oriented. I didn't want to have big lip wheels and all that other stuff and have the 4-link stuff inboarded because I wanted to have that outboard, plant the tire, get around the corner type of deal. The truck is really a street truck, but like we've had it on the track before and it does an amazing job out there. So yeah, that GSI chassis gets its stance and helps translate all that power to the ground.
Yeah, and speaking of, I mean, we were at the track, we were at Chuck Walla, all that stuff. My God, I wish that I had taken a ride with you. I was so busy shooting the truck and getting video and photo and all that stuff. But it looked like that was a good time out there, huh?
It was a really good time. I cannot wait to take this truck back on the track. So it's funny because I had another one of my trucks out there that's on a stock chassis, still supercharged, but it makes 600 horsepower. This truck, obviously supercharged, makes 800 horsepower. The comparison between a stock chassis and an aftermarket chassis when you're riding a rail around a corner, this truck feels so planted, and then the other truck's like a waterbed, but it's not. So it's still coilover truck, right? But it's just mushy around the corners. Huge believer in a nice stiff chassis there's more modern styling and design to be able to handle.
That steel is old. It's what, 50, 60 years old, just completely old. It's it's very tired, and when you put things on it and added stress and you ask more of it, you put performance, you put another engine, you put all these things on it, and then it's just like it's not exactly it doesn't meet our modern expectations. But what else does this thing have? I mean, it's got complete independent front suspension. It probably has rack and pinion steering, right?
Yep, so definitely independent front suspension, coilovers all the way around, so it's right side coilovers that are valved specifically for this chassis. It does have rack and pinion steering. It has, the feel of the steering alone is huge because with the rack and pinion steering, you take all the slop out of the box, right? So there are companies out there that you can get a good box with, but this truck and most aftermarket companies are going towards rack and pinion steering. So rack and pinion steering, the proper pressure in your power steering, along with Hydro Boost brakes. So Hydro Boost brakes and a good set of Willwoods, this thing's like a modern pickup truck.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask again. It was about braking because I mean you got a lot of power. You got to be able to stop this thing. So what kind of brakes do you have on it again?
So this truck is Aerolite 6s all the way around, 14s up front and 13s in the back. Definitely have to have the whoa if you got the go.
All right, so having all that power and all the mechanical stuff on the truck set is one thing, but it's another thing to keep grip with the asphalt. What do you got in this thing that's helping you out?
So this truck, I typically on most trucks I'll run a 555 G2 because just it's such a great all-around tire. This truck we did the Nitto Invos, so it's got a little lower tread wear number. So with that, a little more grip, right? So when we took this truck to Chuckwalla, I wanted a little more grip, obviously. So the Invos did great for this truck. So it's got 315 30 20s in the back, and it has a 255 35 20 in the front. Perfect stance, everything works great. It's on a 12 wide wheel in the back. It's on an 8.5 wide wheel up front. So the tread pattern's cool. I love that Invo tread pattern. And like I said, the grip is what you need. So you have the stopping power of the Willwoods. You can only grip. Those only work as good as the tires that are on your truck or your car or whatever you're driving. So if you can't connect your brakes and the wheels to the road, then having good brakes is useless.
Yeah, and probably Invo is a good choice for a truck like this. You're gonna get more tire wear out of it, but not as much as like a race tire, because you're probably still putting this thing on the street. And then I think also the sizing also helps out with the Invo. It's more based on a performance vehicle, which a lot of times they have staggered sizes, and which I think Jason said that basically he had those sizes on it, and it kind of worked for this truck, right?
Yep. That sizing definitely worked out for this truck. And like you said, that kind of intermediate between the race tire and just the dedicated street tire works out great on this pickup.
Another thing I like about the tires is their low profile to show off a bigger wheel. What do you got for wheels on this thing?
So these are American Racing VN 556s. We got them for SEMA 2025. So I didn't want to do a black wheel. I was talking with Chris Plump from American Racing. We didn't want something that a lot of people had done before. So he's like, well, what about a gold? I said, I like gold. And he sent me a couple of samples and I was like, yeah, the brighter the better. So we ended up with these.
I'm with Jason. I like gold. I think it looks perfect on the truck. Which he said was called double mint at this point. So that's another thing to talk about too, is the paint and all that stuff. This is an old truck. They don't necessarily come super clean. It's really hard to find a truck like that. And honestly, like a lot of times people buy trucks that they think they're clean, they're painted, all that stuff, and they ended up being a pile. Like you find rust and all that stuff. Was that the case with this truck?
It absolutely was the case with this truck. So this truck got a new roof skin because it had clearance lights on the roof that somebody had put. There was rust in rockers and kick panels and cab corners. So the bed is completely new. The front fenders are completely new. Hood's new. The cab is basically the only original metal that was left in the truck.
Yeah, this truck is called Double Mint. It's obviously got a minty green color on it and all that stuff. How'd you guys pick the color, and what specific color is it?
So there is no specific color on this. It was a made-up color. So we had 10 spray outs done, and it went from highlighter green to this color, and we landed on this one. It looked great. It's kind of like a 50s color with a little bit more black, I guess, thrown in it, right? As far as the name Double Mint goes, so yes, it is minty, like the color is mint. It's got mint and then it's got the white, so it's double mint, right? You could just call it mint at that point. The reason it's called Double Mint is because the truck's been built twice.
What happened, or what kind of challenges happened that you had to redo it?
So a couple years ago, when the truck was completed, it was on a different chassis, and it just, truck was done. I'm driving the truck and I couldn't get the pinion angle adjusted. It would, every time it's hitting the bottom of the floor, it was starting to vibrate, like all kinds of issues going on. So I'd come back, I'd adjust it down, go drive it again. What is going on? So turns out it was actually bending the lower four-link bar mount forward. So as you're trying to drive, you're trying to take your pinion, you're trying to drive your pinion up through the bed floor. And as you're doing that, you're translating that through your lower four-link bars, and you're going to try and peel those four-link bars forward. So that's what was happening here. So found the problem, we were gonna fix it, and then we ended up finding a couple other problems with the chassis. It had actually twisted over an inch from front to back. We measured, pulled points, everything, measured it, and it had twisted the chassis. So that's one chassis manufacturer. Now, when you go to build a truck on a new chassis, nothing is going to be the same from chassis to chassis, and you're lucky to get it from stock GM chassis to stock GM chassis. So obviously, tear the truck down completely to nothing, and then 2.0 double mint now on a new chassis, finished up, ready to go.
Jeez, I'm surprised with all that stuff you don't call this thing Nightmare instead of Double Mint. My gosh, that's a lot of work. But man, can we go for a rip in this thing?
Let's do it.
Dude, that's what I like to hear. Let's go. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Those brakes you were talking about. Oh my. Wow. Now another thing, I mean, like we're taking off in this truck and all that stuff, and you said what, 800 horsepower to the rear wheels and everything. How do you keep traction on a truck? It's got, you know, less weight in the back, you know?
Simple answer is you don't.
I mean, it seemed like it did pretty well the track. Didn't seem like you were drifting around and all that stuff. So, I mean,
it's all throttle modulation.
Yeah.
Like if you stand on this thing from a dig, it's going to just blow the tires off, and I don't care what tires on the back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so it's one thing to talk about this truck and everything about it, look at it and all that, but it's a whole different thing, experience it and hearing it. So it sounds great. What do you got for exhaust on this truck?
Thanks. So it's all a 3-inch oval stainless exhaust that we built. It's all pie cut exhaust because getting an oval bend is a little more difficult, and they just don't turn as fast. So we did 3-inch in out, 14-inch body MagnaFlow mufflers in the back. This is my typical placement for mufflers, and then I built some custom tips for it. They come out next to the license plate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was like a month and a half in exhaust.
Well, it sounds absolutely great. I'm loving the sound, everything about it, this experience. And you did some stuff in the interior here too as well?
Yep, so the interior is all custom made, custom built stuff. So the base of the seat is a slosh tub seat. And then I took the truck over to a guy named Brian Klein, and Brian Klein did the interior. So it's all Apex auto leather. It has heated and cooled seats. It's got vintage air AC. It has automatic headlights. It's got boost. It's got fuel pressure. Custom Budnick steering wheel that's wrapped in that same Apex leather as the rest of it. But for the most part, so like it's custom, but it still kind of maintains that sort of factory-esque appearance, right? So
Yeah,
it kind of complements what the factory would have been, and that's kind of what I was going for. So I when I called Brian, I was like, I kind of want it like high-end factory, and he's like, understood.
Exactly. Yeah, and you got, a newer radio, so you can Bluetooth your music and whatnot, if you even want to play that. I mean, like, the MagnaFlow exhaust is enough tunes to me.
It is.
But you got AC, it's Arizona here, it's hot, and I think this is kind of in the home is in the desert kind of a little bit, so
Yep.
That's kind of a must if you can.
Yeah, you're definitely, you're not building a truck typically without AC in Arizona. So this is an example of, we're doing what, 20?
Yeah.
And we'll just...
Oh, yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Getting sideways and everything! Woo! Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Forget Disneyland. Just build yourself a truck.
Save money in the long run.
Yes. My oh my, this truck absolutely rips. When he's on the power, yeah, it may slide because, yeah, we're going to break traction. It's sorry, you just got to, throttle it a little bit, and just kind of get on it. That's just going to happen no matter what tires you have. But, yeah, it stayed pretty straight otherwise, and, man, it rides great on these coilovers.
Yeah.
It's nice and firm, all that stuff. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason, for
of course.
talking about this,
Yeah,
giving me a ride and all that stuff.
Anytime.
Man, Super awesome time. Well, that just about does it for this video, and we thank you for watching it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future video, and we will catch you next time.